Hello again, everyone. Well, you find me this morning having a bit of a ponder. I've got to make a card for a friend of mine, and she gave me this picture. She said, could I have a card like that, please? But could it say happy 70th birthday, but not to a special mum, to someone very special, and the name was Jo. So I had to go. This is my front panel. I've done my happy 70th birthday to someone very special. I've got the word Jo here. I did this on the computer, obviously, to put onto a tag. I've got this tag here, but that tag looks mighty big for just the word Jo. It's also a bit long. It's also solid, so I can't see where the word Jo is. So my ever faithful method of doing this is to use one of those to cut a window, to make a window. Okay. So I can position that kind of where I want it in the window. So I'm just going to pop that into there. I want it facing to the right, so the hole's going to be on this side. So let me just put this onto my mat. I've got so little space here, I sort of fall over myself most of the time. Right, let's just have a go. Pop this in. I'm going to put it in lengthways like this and cut part way. I think I'll take that down actually so that that doesn't move, because I won't be able to see if it's moved once I've put the die on. Okay, now I'm going to pop that into the gap. Because it's only copy paper, but it makes like a little well, and you can feel where the position is. So I'm going to cut part way and come back out. So let's just have a look and see how much we've done. So there it is. Oh, part way. I've got to put the tie on there, but I would like it to finish about here. So again, I can do this. I can look through the window, see where I want it to go, about sort of there. The rest of it is going to be kind of fiddle, because I've got to make sure that those teeth go into the holes that they've already made, so I don't get a double gizmo. So now about, where did we say? Let's have a look. About there-ish. I don't need to do this with the thing this time. I just need a vague position. Now I've got to feel. It's fine there. I can feel that those teeth are engaged in the holes that have already been made. So let me go just a little bit the other way. So here we've got a shorter die cut than the die is long. Okay, so there we are. So that's going to go onto my label. So that's that one out of the way for the minute. Let's put this over on a magnet over there. Right, I have also got some of these daisy flowers. These are obviously not the same as the ones in the picture, but I got these out to cut a card base and didn't do it. I found this die, I don't know where it came from, and I cut it from some vellum. And I thought I'll put that on there, and I bet you're looking at this bit. Well, I thought, how will it look like there's some water in the vase, in the jar, whatever it happens to be. So I looked at my colours here, and I went down to the bottom, the odd things, and there's this sort of greeny grey down here, which I chose, and what's it called? It's called green grey, would you believe? It's GG020, and then it says 02 underneath it. Okay, so with the broad end, I just put some lines across the back. But it looked a bit streaky. So what I did, I just got a baby wipe. There's one there that I haven't wiped yet, and just wiped it across with the baby wipe, and it kind of toned it down a little bit. So that was that far. Cut from vellum. Now I thought to myself, how am I going to get a cord around here? Now, it wouldn't want to show on the back probably. And I thought, right, if I put it on here and I make a hole in the card, I could thread the cord through to the back and we wouldn't see it. And then I had what my grandma would have called a brainwave. I thought, if I cut another one of these out of card, I can put the two together like this. I can insert my flowers between the two and then tie the thing around the whole 9 yards and secure it at the back. I thought that kind of was clever. Whether it'll work or not, we'll kind of see. So what I've got here are a few flowers. I'm not sure if these are memory box or Simon Says Stamp. I think, you know, a lot of them look very similar to me. So I've cut out there and here and there. I'm going to do 3 flowers in here, I think. A middle. I cut an extra one and just cut some middles out. This one, I thought I'd have a couple of petals on as well, just to make it look a bit different. I'm keeping some of these. I thought we might use some of the petals, not the petals, the leaves, as an extra layer. I don't know. I'm winging it really. If you know what I mean. So I've got my label. I've got my. Let's colour these flowers first of all. Let's just see where we go with that. Here's a little piece of silicone, and say we have 3. Say we have 3 flowers. I've taken the bit out of that. 1, 2, 3. I was thinking, I'll show you. I was thinking they could go, the big one, sort of up there somewhere-ish, perhaps like that, and these 2, you know, somehow kind of like that, and then this doodad just down there, and we have a nice bit of white space there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's just, I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll see. Right, we need a green for the stem and yellow for the middle, and maybe just a touch of, I often like to put just a touch of pink on some of these daisy type flowers, and we will see. Let's get that out of there. Okay, lots of little bits today. So I quite like Y2 for flower centres. So let me just do these. That's for the big one. That's for the little one. And this is a little one. It's still got its stem on. So I was thinking that could go on sort of like that with an extra couple of flowers, just to make it look a bit different. I've got to cut that stem off. Let me just do that. Otherwise, it's just sort of randomly knobbly. The middle of these things are like that, aren't they? So let's just do these middles. I'm going to do this yellow as well, in case any of it does show. Now I'll do these. Let's do the green for the stems. Throwing them at you. Right. This is the darker of my 2 greens. I'll give you the number in just a moment. Anybody who uses Ohuhu may like to know what the numbers are. This one is G240 and the other one is G220. The lighter one's G220. Right. Colouring these leaves, even though I may well put perhaps an extra leaf over the top, not sure. let's see what these look like. Don't know if this is, oh, it's got something stuck on the end. It's not going to pick anything up like that, is it? May need to just sharpen it a little bit with a bit of sandpaper. I don't think that is any. There's the sandpaper inside. This is a new one of these. It'll make it nice and sticky again. Okay. Yeah. Pop that in there. Just move that slightly so that the petals are in a slightly different place from the ones underneath. Okay. Right, now then, shall I put any extra leaves on? These are both of the big one. Where they're going to come, that's the thing, isn't it, really? This grey-green that I put in behind there is on the back. I didn't want this sort of shiny, finishy end, so it's much more unobtrusive if you colour it on the back of the vellum. I think that looks kind of all right, really, says she. Let me see. I will do just the one leaf, perhaps. Let's put it the darker. This one, I think, may be out of the jar. I don't know. It's not very neat. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's try and arrange these. I have to sort of think of this with this. I was thinking that I would put glue over the whole of this, the back of it, so that it doesn't kind of show. Or whether I should just go around the very edge. Let's try the very edge and hope that it holds. Let's just see. Just around the very, very edge. There is a bit of a line there where this bit of the die, the inside bit there, is just pressed slightly. So that's the back side. So let's just stick this onto here. I might need to hold this. Okay. Question is, can I get these things between? I think I'm going to cut this leaf off so that I can just arrange it where I want it. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Right, let's see if we can sort out this tag business. Okay. I thread this through. What I'm thinking is, do I tie a bow onto this and then put another piece of string around there, and to make it look like it's the same one piece, but it's in fact two. I think I will. I'll just try tying a bow and see what happens. Right, let me just leave that on there. Pull it tight. I put a bit of glue on the back just to make sure that it doesn't come undone. Can't finish a sentence, I'm thinking. Can't think and talk at the same time. Okay, let me just try some thread around here. We'll put a piece of tape on the back. Okay. Now, if that goes on there like that, it'll look like it's all tied up, won't it? But it's not actually all tied up. It's right. Now I'm going to put some twinkle on this. Probably should have done this before the cord, but it doesn't matter. It'll all work out in the end. Okay. That'll just need to dry. Can't resist. A little bit twinkle. Okay. I think I'll put that there with a glue dot, actually. The glue dot will hold that in place, won't it? That's great. These are really quite small, but I think they'll be fine. Put a couple on. I'll put one behind the bow. That's great. That'll hold that bow in position. And one further down the tag. Okay. There we are. Okay. Right, a bit of shape to these flowers. I think I'll put a little piece of foam tape behind those flowers, just a tiny little square. I'm going to put a small piece of foam tape down the middle of this as well. And then we'll glue everywhere else. Okay. I think I'll take these bits off first, because otherwise I'll be getting glue all over my fingers. Okay. All right, we're nearly there. Well, I've just been having another ponder, actually, whether this needs a little bit of grounding. I thought I'd cut one out like this, and I just tried it with a bit like that, and I think that might kind of look all right, really. But obviously that's stuck on now, so I've cut another one of these, well, using one of these. I'm going to put it over the top, and with this, it's just a mixed media type stamp from Affiliations. Actually, it's really, really old. I'm just going to try and put a little bit just kind of there. May ruin it, but it's not too bad, actually. Could do with just a little bit more, just a bit further over, just a tiny bit. I think that'll do. I think that's that was heart in your mouth touch, that was, but I like it. I like it. I've got my card base here. Let's just clear up this. That was just a bit of hickory smoke. So here we go. There's my card base. There's my card. I'm pleased. I think it's a reasonable representation of the card that my friend sent to me, that she wanted sort of in the light of. So there we go. A happy 70th birthday card to someone very special. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've seen a couple of things that may prove useful in the future, and do come back and see me very soon.